$78,000. That puts over 97,000 distributors in your team that participate 7 times. All because we put a couple people in a room. Some became customers, some became distributors. Some escaped, and we were fine with that too. If I go through this presentation and you don't see what I see, this is not for you. And we're not upset with that, and it doesn't make you right or me wrong or vice versa. It just means it's not for you. But be a customer, because it's for everyone. But for those that understand the business aspect, you're going to fall in love with what Kyani has to offer. So let's say with time we have 1,000 distributors, you guys. What if I said, work with us and the leaders in this room an extra 10, 15 hours a week over the next 2, 3 years to become financially independent? How do you think that might be time well spent? We don't advertise Kyani as a get rich quick. But if you can make a multi-million-dollar income every single year in the next 6.5, not even 7 years, to me, that's quick. The next 5, 6, 7 years are going to happen in a blink of an eye, I promise you. The last 5, 6 years, I barely remember. It went by so fast. So fast. And when I come to Hawaii and they remind me that they've been in the business for 5 years, it blows me away at everything that's happened in the last 5 years. But what if 1,000 distributors come in and you teach them all how to get 5 customers, you make a 10% override, that's actually over $37,000 a month. It takes a lot to get you guys excited. To be honest. I was more excited than you guys. I was a lot more excited. My husband was working 70, 80 hours a week and was not making $37,000 a month. Stay-at-home mom, I had 2 little kids. He would leave in the morning, they were asleep. He would come home, they were asleep. If you have to wake your children up in the middle of the week to spend time with them, something's wrong. That's the definition of insanity. And the only time that we could make more money is if he worked more. Okay, he's working 80 hours a week, and he's going to make more, or he's going to put more time into it. He's going to work harder. Something's got to change. I'm telling you, if you want something different than what everybody else has, you guys, you got to do something different. And it's not going to be comfortable, and it's not going to be normal, and people around you are going to think you're insane. I had a lot of people think I was crazy. Some of you guys think I'm crazy right now. I don't mind. I don't mind being the crazy one. I had friends, family members, even my own mom, didn't understand. You know, my husband was working a lot of hours. He was providing very well for our family. Becky, why would you want to disrupt all of that? I mean, why can't you be happy with that? I don't know. I'm not wired that way. I want to actually spend time with the man that I married. Imagine that. And it's what I grew up with my dad provided very well for us, but we didn't see him very much. You know, I didn't have a real relationship with my dad until I was an adult. And he's one of the most amazing men I've ever met in my life. You know, that's all I wanted to do was spend time with him. And so to be able to have my kids know my husband has been amazing. And he will be the first one to tell you, because it took us about 1.5 years for him to quit his job. And he's 42 now and retired. And when we introduce ourselves and people ask what we do, we both say we're stay-at-home moms. And he spends more time with his kids than any normal man would want to. You know, but be able to coach your children's sports and athletics, to be the dad, the class dad, you know, at volunteering in the school, to be around everything. I mean, we literally have some of our kids' friends asking our kids, you know, did your parents win the lottery? Did they inherit money? Like, your parents are at everything, and obviously you're not hurting for money, so what do they do? And my son, from a very small age, would basically tell people, my dad is retired because my mommy makes too much money. I thought that was the best answer. I couldn't even script it better if I wanted to. I remember coming home, the first time I heard Kyani. I remember my husband wasn't there. And so you can imagine his surprise when I came home and was like, we're doing this. And he's like, no, you do this, Becky. You're going to get excited and blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, I actually think I could do this. And I think I could get excited. And I think I could be really good at it. In fact, I think I could make more money than you do. He was like, that is so cute. Honey, that's adorable. Like, that's awesome. Okay. You know, like, not trying to break my heart. Okay, you can do it. Well, it turned out pretty well. And what's amazing, though, is it still took him some time to even quit his job, like wrap his brain around the fact that this was really happening. And you guys will have those experiences, too. I mean, the money will be there, the opportunity will be there, it's right in front of you, and it's still hard to believe sometimes, that life that is so possible. How do you guys, again, could get a little more excited about $37,000 a month? Yeah. Knowing that you're not going to have to put 80 hours a week into it. You can if you want to. I mean, how many of you work hard for yourself building a business than to go build somebody else's business for them. We give so much of ourselves to somebody else most every day. And yet when it comes time to building our own business, we find every excuse not to do it. It doesn't make sense. It's time to kind of flip it around. How many of you guys have worked pretty hard the last 5 years? Would love to have an extra $30,000 a month showing up. Yeah, how many of you guys know you're probably going to work the next 5 years as well? And 5 years from now, I promise you, there will still be these kind of meetings going on in Hawaii. And you'll have one of two responses. Man, I'm so glad I did. Or, look at what happened and I wish I would have. And that happens all the time. We had a lot of people say no to us when we first got involved in Kyani. And it wasn't really a no. It was kind of like a, Becky, you go out and prove it, and then come back and get us later kind of no. Because most of them did come around. Even siblings, even family members, even my own dad. I mean, it shocked me. But what's crazy is you don't have to pursue those people. There are enough people in this world that are not only open-minded, but they're starving for an opportunity. They just didn't know it was going to come in this form. They're a Becky Bursell, where they avoided someone for 4 months because it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. But then they actually sat down, saw a presentation, and it made sense, and that light bulb went off like, why wouldn't I do this? Someone's going to make a ridiculous amount of money. Someone's going to change their family's health and their community. Why wouldn't it be you? I mean, you have nothing to lose, you guys. When you get started in Kyani, you buy a $500 starter pack. You get your first month's supply of product. You get all the 7-day trial packs to hand out to people, all the samples, the brochures, DVDs, everything you need to build your business so that you can have something tangible to put in people's hands. Sometimes people don't even need to try it, they just need to see it. They need to see something in order to get involved. I mean, there's got to be something tangible there. But here's worst case scenario. You decide to take all of the products yourself, which is a lot of products. You'll be healthy. You'll be regular, that's for sure. You don't share it with anyone around you, and you have a great tax write-off at the end of the year. You have a home-based business. That's worst case scenario. How about best case? How about you trust some of the leaders in this room, you show up, you do the work, you put the time into it, and 2, 3, 5 years from now, you don't have the financial burden anymore. So here's my definition of success. Because Kyani will bring you a lot of things. You're talking about traveling all across the world. You're talking about free trips and cruises and cars and income, and things you never even dreamed big enough for. But here's the best thing that it will give you. And this is my definition of success. Remember how we talked about people that have a lot of money and no time, and a lot of time and no money? Wake up every day, and money is no longer a stress in your life. There's no debt. You don't have to worry about interest rates. You never have to check your bank account to go buy anything ever again. You don't have to worry about what college your kids are going to pick, because you can write a tuition check for all 4 years, or 6 years, depending on the child. You can just take care of it. It's not an issue, no matter what they want to do. And you get to dictate your 24 hours every single day you wake up. You get to decide, do I want to be in Hawaii and helping a team of people? Do I want to stay home and watch my daughter play volleyball? Do I want to take all the kids and escape for a month and go to Florida? Like what? You don't have to ask anybody's permission. It's completely your life. That's what freedom really is. But you have to design it. You have to show up and put the work and effort into it. Nobody gets lucky in Kyani. You make it happen. We just have a great system in order to help you get there. How about matching checks, you guys? We have this great plan where it's an incentive to really take a vested interest in other people's success. How do you guys know if you have a boss right now and he trains you, if he could make a percentage of everything that you made, don't you think he would help you make more money than you're making now? Probably. He'd be showing up to your kids' birthday parties, right? He'd be like loving you, trying to get you to get more done and do things and that kind of stuff. Well, in Kyani, the bigger interest you take in people and helping them create those success stories, there's a great bonus and reward in it for you. What if you had 10 distributors in your team, and you've already reached the position of Sapphire, which those matching checks kick in. You help 10 people make $1,000 a month. You'll start off making a 15% matching bonus every single month, which means every month that they make $1,000, you make a $150 bonus. So on 10 people, you make an extra $1,150 bonus just for helping other people make some good money. How do you wouldn't mind making an extra $1,150 bonus on top of everything else? Well, let's say it even gets better. Let's say we have 10 distributors that make $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. You make a matching 15%. make an extra $11,000 bonus every single month for helping other people become successful. It's not a bad gig. It's a pretty great thing, actually, to help other people. These are some of the rank bonuses, you guys. How many of you guys ever gotten a bonus at work? How many of you guys were like me, where we were excited? I'm telling you, I don't care how much money you make, free is great. Everybody gets excited about free. I remember Thanksgiving would come around and we couldn't wait to get that stinking free turkey. I was like, we earned that damn turkey. Where's my turkey? I was excited about it. Christmas time, every once in a while, his boss would actually give us free tickets to Disneyland. And I did not enjoy Disneyland when the kids were little, and I didn't enjoy standing in 3-hour lines. I was like, we were going to Disneyland. We've got free tickets. We are going to Disneyland, right? We were excited about those kind of things. Kind of a little different. We take bonuses to a whole nother level. If you want a turkey, I'll buy you a turkey. But these bonuses are way better. Get to a position called Emerald. It doesn't matter how much time it takes you. We make a really big deal about it. In fact, you'll come to one of our conventions or trainings, you'll get to come on stage, shake the founder's hand. They give you a trophy. I think it was in Little League last time I got a trophy. They give you a trophy, and then they give you a check. I call them Price is Right checks. My husband calls them Happy Gilmore checks, if you've ever seen that movie. But Price is Right checks, they're about 6 feet long. They have your name written on them, Kyani as well, and then the amount of a bonus for reaching that position. The best part about it is the money's already in your bank account. The check's just for pictures. And it's a great picture to frame, stick on Facebook, and send out. And I love when people say things like, you know, I'm going to put this as my told you so list. You ever heard that? Everybody that said you couldn't do it, you make a told you so list, and you go back to them. You don't have to do that with Facebook. You just take a picture of you in your car and your check, and told you so. I mean, it just kind of happens that way. But those checks are a lot of fun. You're going to have to build your own room in your house to frame all these 6-foot-long checks as well. It's fun to try and get it home on a plane as well. Ask the flight attendant to check it for you, and it's a fun response, actually. Blue Diamond is a $25,000 bonus. Purple Diamond, $100,000 bonus. You can ask Jerry Akagi how fun that is. Double Red Diamond, they hand you a $500,000 bonus. Double Black Diamond, $1 million bonus. All for getting to a position that you want to get to anyway. We had the blessing of receiving that $500,000 bonus when we were in Vegas last year, and it was pretty entertaining to walk through the casino with that check. I think we got about 20 steps before 20 people stopped us and was like, oh my gosh, what slot machine were you playing? Where do we go? Which way do we go? And I was like, it's the Kyani slot machine. It's at the end of the hall with all the happy people. Just take a left. They're just handing them out. Go, 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 go. They win. It was pretty fun. Awesome car programs, you guys. I've never been a car person until Kyani came along, and they literally set aside a certain amount of money to go hog wild. I mean, you could go pick out any car. How many of you guys ever had a car poster in your bedroom? Yeah, liars. Don't want to raise your hand. I know you did. I have a 14-year-old that tells me what a Bugatti is and a Maybach and a Lamborghini, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't even pronounce half the things he knows. It's amazing how guys just instinctively know all of these cars. But this is the time to put the posters back up when you get involved in Kyani. Because the first one, again, is at that sapphire position. Help 10 distributors get 10 customers. You're already earning a free sapphire, $500 a month allowance for that Audi. Get to diamond, it's $1,200 a month. There's a $2,500 a month. There's a $5,000 a month. There's a $10,000 a month allowance. You are not going to find a car that costs $10,000. A Batmobile does not cost $10,000 a month. You could start a car collection. We got permission from the company to change it kind of into a lifestyle allowance. My dream was to always have a houseboat. And when I was growing up, we got to go to a place called Lake Powell. Have you guys ever been to Lake Powell? It sits on the border of Utah and Arizona. And everywhere I've been in the world, it's like my happy place. It's one of the most serene experiences you can imagine. I also love water sports, so that plays a huge part in it. The water is 80 degrees year-round. The lake is 120 miles long. It looks like a lake in the middle of the Grand Canyon. These enormous cliffs with red rocks and coves, and you can literally get lost in there for a week and never see another boat. You can park your houseboat back there and literally have the time of your life with your friends and family. And because it's so expensive to go, I mean, the gas alone, just for the houseboat and toys, will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. And so every 5-6 years, we would get to go. And, we split it with another family and that kind of thing. So when we got involved in Kyani, that was my aha thing, And last year we got to experience that. We got to build a 7-bedroom houseboat at Lake Powell. It sits on the water in the slip at Antelope Marina. We got to spend over a month on it last year with our friends and family, and I can't wait to go back in a couple months as well. But those are some fun moments. And my husband and I would literally have those moments. We'd look at each other and be like, "You realize we don't pay for any of this? Like, Kyani pays for all of this." And it's insane. And all those people that doubted you, you invite them on your houseboat. Oh, trust me, it's done. It's done. You don't ever have to rub it in or say anything. They're just like, "I knew you were going to do well." Yeah. I have a recording of you. But those are some fun experiences. Great reward trips. We've gotten to take cruises. You've seen Miss Sherry Ka'alaka'i in there. Melissa Max Ramos are also in there, and a few others you guys might recognize as well. How many have a bucket list of places to visit in the world? So I'm going to name a few, and you guys tell me if any of them are on there. Last year, imagine all expenses paid. You show up with a passport and a suitcase and take a guest or a stranger. They don't care who you take. But you get to take somebody with you, and you're talking first class. You only stay at Four Seasons resorts, which are typically $800–900 a night, let alone $1,000 a night. We got to go to Koh Samui, an island off of Thailand. And the only way I can explain it is 6-star Swiss Family Robinson, basically, is what it comes down to. The other aspect, we got to stay, we went to Hong Kong, also Four Seasons. We went to Dubai, Alaska, Bora Bora. Next month we go to the Maldives. Some of you guys know where the Maldives. I didn't even know where the Maldives was. I had to Google it. And it literally is like a flower island of huts. And you have your own infinity pool that goes out to the infinity ocean. You have a butler outside your villa. You have a glass floor to see all the tropical fish. You have a gondola that picks you up to take you to the spa, which is another island, all on its own. Next year we get to go to Australia. How many of you guys want to go scuba Great Barrier Reef with us in Australia at the Four Seasons? Again, all expenses paid. The awesome part, you show up in your room, and they've got like robes with your monograms on them, and there's an envelope of, last time it was $2,000 in cash. To be like, "Hey, don't pull out your wallet," even though food's already paid for, and the elephant ride was paid for, and it's just, that's how they want you to experience traveling with Kyani, and we have a chance to do that. My husband and I also had a chance to organize Greatest Version of You, and we have a reward trip that we do every single year. So we've done Cabo. We got to take 14 people to Cabo for a few days. We got to take a handful of people to the Caribbean. How do you guys like cruises? I love cruises. Your own balcony suite. We actually went on the largest ship in the water. There was a zip line that went down the middle of the ship. There were those surfing flow riders, 2 of them on the back of the ship. There was an outdoor amphitheater with a pool where they had divers diving and that Cirque du Soleil show and lights and, I mean, just the most ridiculous. There's an ice skating rink in the basement of the ship. I mean, we didn't even get to do everything we wanted to do. And Sherry and I didn't get to the top of that rock wall, so we're going back. It was frustrating, so we get to go back and do it again. But we have another trip coming up in June, and instead of the Western or Eastern Caribbean, we're doing the Western. So we get to go to Cozumel and Haiti and Jamaica and then come back. And all of the people that reach Diamond by the end of this month get to go. We already have 12 people that have qualified. I think there are a few more people in this room that might just get it done here in the next couple of weeks as well. And then we'll have another one as well. How many of you would like to just come cruising with us for free? And get to Diamond and make some good money, and do you think a lot of you guys excited? It does. I'm way more excited than you guys.